Welcome to the Vue 3D Circular Charts tutorial. The Syncfusion Vue 3D Circular Charts component provides a circular or pie chart presented in an appealing three-dimensional shape. As with a traditional 2D circular chart, each slice in a 3D circular chart is sized according to proportion within the entire dataset. In this video, I will show you how to create a Vue app and add the Syncfusion Vue 3D Circular Charts component. I will also show you a few of its basic features, like data labels, legends, and tooltips. I will start with the Vue application creation process using the Vue vite command. Make sure you have installed the latest versions of Vue and Node.js. I'll be using Visual Studio Code as my editor and showing the output in the Chrome browser. To create a project in Vue, open Visual Studio Code and type the npm create vite at latest command. I provide the app name, my Vue app. Next, choose Vue as the framework and JavaScript as the variant. The Vue project is created. I navigate to the newly created Vue app and install the required dependencies using the npm install command. Now the application is configured with the default settings of a vite project. To use the 3D Circular Charts component, I type the command npm install at syncfusion /ej2vuecharts --save to install the package. This command will install the package with its dependencies. Next, I must register the trial license key to use Syncfusion components. I open the main.js file and import the register license method from the Syncfusion ej2 base package. Using this method, I register the trial license key. For instructions on how to generate a trial key, refer to the link in the video's description. To add the 3D Circular Charts component, I open the app Vue file and remove the default code. Then import the Circular Chart 3D component from the Syncfusion Vue Charts package. And add the EJS Circular Chart 3D tag inside the template section. To add the data source for the 3D Circular Chart, I need to add the Circular Chart 3D Series Collection tag, which receives n number of eCircular Chart 3D Series tags. Here, I set a single eCircular Chart 3D Series tag. To use these tags, I need to import the Circular Chart 3D Series Collection directive and Circular Chart 3D Series directive from the Syncfusion ej2 Vue Charts package. Then I define the circular data object with country and gold medals fields. I assign this object to the data source property and map the country field to the xName property and the gold medals field to the yName property. Here, I will render the 3D circular chart as a pie series, so I import the pie series 3D module. To inject it into the provide section, I define the circular chart 3D variable and assign the pie series 3D module to it. Then I inject this variable into the provide section. To set the slope angle, I add the tilt property and set it to -45. Now save the changes and run the application using the npm run dev command. See, the 3D circular chart is rendered with the defined data source. To enable rotation, I set the Enable Rotation property to True. Now I can rotate the 3D circular chart. Next, to set the title, I set the title property to Berlin 2023 Special Olympics Gold Medals. You can now see the circular chart with a title. Now let's see how to add data labels to display information about the data points. First, I import the circular chart data label 3D module and inject it into the Provide section. Then I define an object named DataLabel and enable the Visible property. To customize the label position, I set the Position property to Outside. By default, its value is set to Inside. I map the Country field to the Name property. To customize the connector line, I add the Connector Style property and set the length to 50 pixels and width to 2. I assign this object to the Data Label property. You can see the data labels on each of its data points. Next, I will show you how to add a legend to the chart. A legend provides more information about the series in the chart. To add a legend, I import the Circular Chart Legend 3D module and inject it into the Provide section. I define the Legend Settings object and enable the Visible property. Then I assign this object to the Legend Settings property. See, the legend is displayed and it is at the right of the chart by default. You can change the legend's position to top, bottom, and left. To change the legend's position, I set the Position property to bottom. See the legend displayed at the bottom of the chart. Now to make the chart more interactive by adding tooltips, I import the Circular Chart Tooltip 3D module and inject it into the Provide section. Then, I add the Tooltip object and set the Enable property to True. I assign this object to the Tooltip property. A tooltip is now shown for every data point in the data source. By default, tooltips show information about the X and Y values of data points. To show more details in tooltips, I set the Format property with the X value in bold followed by a line break, and display the string gold medals followed by the Y value in bold. Looking here, the tooltip shows the specified format. By default, the 3D pie chart radius is 80%. To change this, I set the radius property to 70%. You can see the chart is now rendered with a smaller radius. Next, to render a 3D donut chart, I simply set the inner radius property to 40%. Now there's a donut chart. In this video, I have shown you how to add the Syncfusion Vue 3D Circular Charts component to a Vue application and use some of its basic features. If you want to try out the example used in this video, you can download it from the GitHub link in this video's description. I have also shared a link to learn about obtaining a free license key to use our Vue suite through our community license if you are eligible. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.